Good morning, sir.
Morning. All right. Any doubts so far in the previous topics that we have done? Anybody has any queries? Nothing?
No, sir.
All right. So then we are moving on to our next big topic that we have, that is called as list. इसका एक क्वेश्चन तो अंडरस्टूड ही है कि you will always get one question on list. So be prepared for that. One question on list will surely be there in your exam. So that is the importance of it. So let us start with list. Okay. So I'm starting off on the list component. Okay. So list से शुरू करते हैं. What happens in the case of a list is the weight when the weight was loaded in a transverse direction, this is the weight W, which is loaded transversely. So as a result of that, a lever gets created. So first of all, the buoyancy Bravo 1 will shift towards the inclined side, towards the loaded side or shifted side. If it is a discharge, then it will be shifted to the opposite side. So as a result, the G would also shift of the vessel in a direction. Let's call that a G1. And now the vertical goes upward through the vessel, through the G1 and B1. And therefore, this becomes theta. Mind you, GG1 is perpendicular to the original upright line. How is this GG1 different from the writing lever is perpendicular to the B1M line. That is the difference. GG1 is perpendicular to the original KM line. That is how it is different. So now the list, which is theta, is tan theta is equal to perpendicular over base. So that becomes GG1. Mind you, GG1 is parallel to BB1. GG1 is parallel to BB1. So because the two are so close to each other. So therefore, but GG1 will be equal to WD upon W. So therefore, tan theta becomes equal to WD by WGM.
Sir, that's
Come again.
स्क्रीन बता रहा था
सबको? Everybody?
सर मेरे को तो शो ही नहीं हो रही है.
नहीं सर. दिखाई दे रहा है. आ रहा है.
हाँ जी.
सही आ रही है
सर कईयों में ब्लर आ रही है सर.
So try to log out and then come back again.
सर सही दिख रहा है
अब सही दिख रहा है?
अब सही है सर.
ओके. ये माइक्रोसॉफ्ट टीम्स का जादू है. दिस इज हमारे 1.5 साल की जुगाड़ टेक्नोलॉजी. So therefore, tan theta is equal to WD by WGM, where W small is the weight being loaded, discharged or shifted. D is the distance athwartship from the center line, which is going to cause the listing. Capital W is the displacement of the vessel, final, and GM is the GM fluid of the vessel. This W into D is also called as listing moment. Weight into distance, lever, is called as a moment. So listing moment. So this is also called as listing moment. So these are the various formulas that we will be using now. So let's go straight on to the numericals, and I'm going on to
सर एक बार ये लिस्टिंग मोमेंट का आपस से बता दीजिए.
listing moment. This W into D, force into lever, is known as a moment. Since it is causing a list, therefore it will be called as a listing moment.
Sir, what will be this lever?
D, the distance from the center line.
Okay, sir.
This distance is called as D. The distance from the center line, which is causing the list. अगर मैं पोर्ट से स्टारबोर्ड शिफ्ट कर रहा होता तो the athwartship distance from port to starboard. अगर मैं लोड कर रहा हूँ या डिस्चार्जिंग कर रहा हूँ तो it is from center line.
सर एक बार LM समझा दीजिए. LM listing moment. Yes sir.
Listing moment is W into D. ये W और ये D.
Yes sir. Thank you.
हमने जैसे किया था वर्टिकल मोमेंट, फ्री सरफेस मोमेंट, राइट. तो इसमें आ गया लिस्टिंग मोमेंट. एनी फोर्स इनटू एनी लीवर इज कॉल्ड एज अ मोमेंट. Okay, so I'm starting off with example 3. So we have a ship displacement 10,000 tons, km 7 meters, kg 6 meters, and she is doing multiple operations. So we have to find out the final list after those multiple operations. So we make a table. So listing moment table, or list table we can also call it as listing moment table. So first one is weights. Before that is remarks. Then is weights के नीचे load discharge. Then lever is D, which is the distance from center line. Then we have LM, listing moment, port, listing moment, starboard. सबसे पहले we have loaded 800 tons in number 2 lower hold, load 800 tons. She has been loaded 4 meters to port of center line. 4 meters to port of center line. All right. Next, she is going to cause, when I'm loading so much, she is going to cause 3200 W into D as the listing moment. So listing moment will be 3200 to port, nothing to starboard. ये समझ में आ गया क्या कर रहा हूं मैं?
Yes, sir.
Okay. For the kg, because I'm discharging, my kg will also change. For that, I'll have to make a vertical moments table. वो मैं अलग से बनाऊंगा. अभी for the time being, I'm making them separate. Later, if you can handle multiple operations, then उसको unify करके एक बड़ा सा table भी बना सकते हैं. But अभी for the time being, I'm making a separate table to explain. Then the next operation is loading of 600 tons in number 4 lower hold. So number 4 lower hold loaded 600 tons. And this weight has been loaded 8 meters to starboard of center line. 8 meters starboard. Is W into D. This will be 4800. Port will be nothing. Supposing I was discharging this, then I would have written this in discharge. This would, मैं starboard से discharge कर रहा हूँ. It will give me a port listing moment. Do you copy that?
No, sir.
अगर मैं ये 600 टन इधर से discharge करूँ, तो मैं किधर जाऊँगा?
Port, sir.
तो then यहाँ पे ये port में आता.
Yes, sir. Discharge port, yes, sir.
Next, discharge is 400 tons from upper deck. Discharge 400 tons. तो discharge की column में आ गया. She discharges 2 meters to port of center line. 2 meters to port. तो ये मुझे कौन सा listing moment देगा?
Starboard.
Starboard.
Port.
So port. मैं port से discharge कर रहा हूँ.
Starboard, yes, sir.
तो ये मुझे starboard देगा. ये समझ में आया क्या किया हमने अभी तक?
Yes, sir.
All right. So total loading 8 and 6 1400. Total discharge 400. Net weight that we have done is 1400 of loading and 400 of discharging. So 1000 tons is what we have net. इधर आते हैं. This total is 3200. This total is 5600. So final listing moment will be 5600 minus 3200 is equal to 5 minus 3 2 6 minus 2 4 2400 TM to starboard. ये समझ में आ गया है? Anybody any doubts? Any doubts? Clear है? Can I move ahead?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next we make a vertical moments table. अब vertical moments की बारी है. So अब हम vertical moments पे जा रहे हैं. Because हमें फाइनल फ्लूइड जीएम चाहिए वो डिनोमिनेटर में. तो अगर हमें फाइनल फ्लूइड जीएम चाहिए तो हमें वर्टिकल मोमेंट्स निकालने पड़ेंगे फाइनल केजी निकालने के लिए. इसलिए हम वर्टिकल मोमेंट्स टेबल बनाएंगे अब. सो सेम वे रिमार्क्स weights loaded discharge. This time the lever is going to be kg because we are finding out moments about the keel. So kg, the moments for loaded and for discharge. So सबसे पहले initial condition. My initial displacement of the vessel given to me in the question 10,000 tons. Discharging is nil. Initial vertical moments kg is given to me as 6 meters. Weight into kg will give me vertical moment. That will be 60,000. Discharging will be nil. Now we start with our various loadings and discharging operations. So number 2 lower hold 800 टन हमने लोड किया था. उस 800 टन का kg क्या था? 3.75 given to us in the question. क्योंकि मैं लोड कर रहा हूँ 800 इंटू 3.75, कितना आता है?
3000.
3000. डिस्चार्जिंग विल बी nil. नेक्स्ट नंबर 4 लोअर होल्ड, 600 टन की लोडिंग करी, डिस्चार्जिंग इज nil. नंबर 4 लोअर होल्ड की केजी 6 मीटर and 6 into 6 will be 36. So number 4 lower hold. Then we come to upper deck and यहाँ पे 400 टन की डिस्चार्जिंग हो रही है और जो मैं डिस्चार्जिंग कर रहा हूँ अपर डेक से उसकी केजी 10 मीटर है, तो इन दोनों को मल्टीप्लाई किया तो ये बनेगा 4000 और इसको डिस्चार्जिंग है तो ये डिस्चार्जिंग के कॉलम में जाएगा. These are the various weights that I have loaded or discharged. So therefore, total 11,000. इसका total 400. The W final will be 11,400 minus 400. ये वाला that will be 11,000 tons. This is my W final. Is this okay with everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We are now coming on to vertical moments. So 60,000, 3,000, 66,000.
1600.
डबल जीरो, ये 4000, तो माइनस 4000, दैट विल गिव मी टोटल वर्टिकल मोमेंट्स और फाइनल वर्टिकल मोमेंट्स एक ही बात है. 66,600 minus 4,000 comes as equal to 62,600. Therefore, the final kg will be equal to total vertical moments upon W final is equal to 62,600 divided by 11,000 is equal to
5.691.
5.691. This is my final kg. Hanji, any doubt so far? So therefore, km is equal to 7 meters given in the question minus kg 5.691 gives me gm solid 1.309. Okay, this gives me GM solid. Now FSC is equal to FSM over W final. FSM given in the question is 4,400 upon W final 11,000.
0.4.
0.4 is the FSC, free surface correction. So minus FSC will give me the final GM fluid which comes as equal to 909. So therefore, अब फॉर्मूले में आ जाओ, tan theta is equal to final listing moment upon W final into GM fluid. Final listing moment हमने कैलकुलेट किया था was 2400 to starboard divided by 11,000 into GM fluid 0.909 and therefore tan inverse कर दो उसको and you get your theta. And write your answer in degrees and minutes. So list will be so much. This is your final answer. Haji. Any doubts? All okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, I'm going on to the question number 5, example 5. A ship of displacement 15,000 tons. So W 15,000 tons. KM 9 kg 8.7 is listed 10 degrees to port. 9 kg 8.7. So इस जहाज की कोई इनिशियल GM है, उसके बेसिस पे इसकी इनिशियल लिस्ट 10 डिग्रीज पोर्ट है. इनिशियल लिस्ट 10 डिग्रीज टू पोर्ट. अब इसने लोडिंग करी है 150 टन कार्गो 7 meters above keel. So loading on 50 tons. Kg of the weight being loaded is 7 meters and 4 meters to starboard. We have to calculate the final list. So same mechanism जैसे पहले किया था. फर्क ये है कि इनिशियल लिस्ट है So tan theta is equal to initial listing moment upon W into GM fluid. So tan 10 degrees is equal to ILM, initial listing moment, W 15,000 tons, initial GM 0.3. So calculate, cross multiply and calculate the initial listing moment.
Sir, 793.5 tons meter.
93 ton meter, and this is to port because मेरी इनिशियल लिस्ट पोर्ट को है तो ये इनिशियल लिस्टिंग मोमेंट टू पोर्ट है। अब ये जो मैंने वेट लोड किया इसकी वजह से कुछ लिस्टिंग मोमेंट कॉज होगा। सो कॉज्ड विल बी W into D 150 into what will be the D? This is going to be 600 टन मीटर, एंड क्योंकि मैंने स्टारबोर्ड में लोडिंग करी है तो ये मुझे स्टारबोर्ड लिस्टिंग मोमेंट देगा। सो फाइनल लिस्टिंग मोमेंट will be initial listing moment difference listing moment caused, that is minus, because दोनों opposite हैं। अगर same side होता तो add हो जाता। So therefore different names difference, same names sum, so difference of the two 193.5 to the port is my final listing moment. Now let us come to, ये तो initial condition का सारी कहानी हो गई, अब final condition में आ रहे हैं। और now we are coming on to the final condition. So W final will be 15,150 tons because I am loading. Discharging होता तो minus हो जाता। Now my kg is 8.7. I am loading below my kg of the ship. GG1 will go in which direction?
Sir,
Down. WD by W. So GG1 is downwards is equal to small w 150 into D. How much will be the D?
7 8.7.
Difference of the kgs of the cargo and the ship.
The kg of the ship and the kg of the weight.
Sir, 1.7.
Please remember D is equal to kg of the ship minus the kg of the weight. Supposing this was higher, supposing the kg of the weight was 9 meters, then what would have been the D? 9 minus 8.7, that is 0.3. It is the difference, again I'm repeating, it's the difference of the kg of the ship and the kg of the weight. So 1.7 divided by 15,150. This will give me GG1 going downward 0.017 meter. Therefore kg1 is equal to 8.7 minus 0.017. The final kg1 will be equal to 8.683 is the kg1. So now having done that, so let us start with km. So km was 9 meters minus kg1, that is 8.683, gives me g1m solid 0.317. Now I need, FSC is not mentioned in the question, so therefore FSC is 0, not mentioned. So gm fluid, I can write it as gm also, this is okay. I don't need to write g1m, it's the same thing. 0.317 is the fluid gm of the vessel. Now find out the list. So final list tan theta is equal to final listing moment 193.5 to the port divided by W final 15,150 into GM fluid 0.317. Find the theta in degrees and minutes.
2 degree 18.4 minutes.
2 degrees 18.4
minutes.
minutes. And this will be, the list will be to
Port side.
to the port side. This is how you'll be doing this question. Hanji, any doubts on this one? Any doubts?
FSC नहीं दिया रहेगा तो माइनस 0 ले लिया जाएगा।
हाँ, अगर FSC नहीं है तो GM fluid, GM solid is equal to GM fluid. अगर FSC नहीं दिया हुआ है, कभी क्वेश्चन में डायरेक्टली FSM भी दिया जा सकता है, इट इज पॉसिबल। ऐसा भी होता है कि डायरेक्टली आपको क्वेश्चन में FSM दे देंगे। यू कैन फाइंड आउट द फाइनल FSC फर्स्ट, दैट इज
एग्जांपल 3 में वैसे ही तो था।
हाँ जी,
एग्जांपल नंबर 3 में सेम ऐसा ही तो था,
FSM दे रखा है। तो उसको डिवाइड बाय W फाइनल करके फाइनल FSC निकालोगे और उसको यूज करोगे यहाँ पे। सो आपकी फाइनल GM फ्लूइड जो है और कम हो जाएगी, और अगर आपकी फाइनल GM फ्लूइड कम हो जाएगी, ये डिनोमिनेटर में है, तो आपकी लिस्ट बढ़ जाएगी घटेगी। अगर आपकी GM कम होगी तो व्हाट विल बी द इफेक्ट ऑफ GM ऑन द लिस्ट?
सर लिस्ट बढ़ जाएगी।
Does everybody agree on this? अगर GM
Yes, sir.
घटेगी तो what will be the effect of GM on the list?
बढ़ जाएगी सर।
बढ़ जाएगी,
लिस्ट बढ़ जाएगी सर।
बिल्कुल।
क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 में है ना।
हाँ, तो ये क्वेश्चन ओरल में पूछा जाता है कि GM का लिस्ट पे कोई इफेक्ट है कि नहीं। So the answer is it is inversely proportional. GM डिनोमिनेटर में है, लिस्ट लेफ्ट साइड में है ऊपर, तो इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल है. So therefore GM घटेगा, लिस्ट will increase. Similarly, what is the effect of free surface on list? अगर free surface बढ़ता है
सर सिर्फ लिस्ट बढ़ेगी सर।
तो लिस्ट बढ़ेगी, क्योंकि अगर free surface बढ़ेगी तो GM घटेगी. Agreed?
यस सर।
और अगर GM घटेगी तो लिस्ट बढ़ेगी. Is it all right? Okay, आज के लिए heavy हो गया. So what I want you to do is, I want you to start doing the exercise at the back. Exercise 11. You can do up to question number, and then you can move forward after that. Actually, you can do up to question number. Yeah. अभी पहले question number 10 तक करो. Do up to question number 10, please. ठीक है? Please do exercise 11. Question number up to 1 to 10. This is a long exercise, and इसको आराम से करना है, so that there are no doubts anywhere in your mind with regards to these questions. All right. There are a couple of videos of navigation which I have posted on your group. Okay. So Captain Vishnu Sharma wale. They are very good, and I want you to go through them. All right. Have you been seeing them? Yes or no? YouTube ke videos hain. Please start going through them. Okay. They'll come in very handy for you, because in the coming days now the number of classes are going to increase in chart work and all. So अगर आपकी chart work की increase होगी, you have to cope up with that, and they are explained very well. All right. Okay. So see you. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Bye,
sir.
sir.
थैंक यू सर।
Bye.